Food. It's a necessity. But the love, care, culture, and connection that every chef and owner pour into their restaurant truly creates community. Utah restaurants are all about belonging. They're the epitome of a labor of love. While it may seem as simple as the dish that's placed in front of you, the magic lies in the thought and intention woven into every aspect of your experience. Ali Sabah, the owner of Mazza Middle Eastern Cuisine, well, he may just embody it all. Ali has been nominated twice for the prestigious James Beard Awards, yet you'll still find him cooking in the kitchen or chatting tableside with guests at his 15th and 15th location. We first sat down with him during our initial season at his 9th and 9th location, a space that has come and gone. What hasn't changed, however, is his unwavering commitment to celebrating Middle Eastern cuisine as the center of the plate, along with the heart and soul of his community, which, by the way, includes Jinan Abu Ismail, who was his head chef for almost a decade, but now moonlights as his dessert chef. We met her last season as one of the key ingredients to the success of Rawtopia. She's not only a master at painting our palates with flavor, she's an alchemist at turning delicious and satisfying dishes into medicine. We're revisiting some of our favorites today with the same old heart and soul, all while keeping it fresh and flavorful. Beginning with Mazza Middle Eastern Cuisine, this week on Taste Utah. It's always such an honor to sit with you, break bread at your table, and the last time we sat down, it was 9th and 9th.
Correct.
But this is the origin story,
This is where it all started, yeah, and this is where it is right now. That's the only place that we have.
Will you remind us the origin stories of Mazza?
Well, it was back in 2000, March of 2000, I opened. I've been wanting to have open a Lebanese restaurant for quite a few years before that. When I was a student, I lived in an apartment not very far from here, and I liked the neighborhood. I didn't know the potential, honestly. It was, at that point, it was kind of a sleepy little neighborhood, but I figured that's my chance, and I took it.
What were you offering? What were you serving?
Honestly speaking, I had very little experience in the way of restaurants.
Okay.
I mean, I flipped hamburgers and washed dishes and all that, but I really never managed a restaurant, so I walked into it almost like learning as I went along, and you obviously make a lot of mistakes, and but I always wanted it to be a place where you can be served an honest meal, featuring good ingredients and done right, and make it accessible to everyone.
I love it when you have the foundations and the cornerstones of simple ingredients, showcasing a type of cuisine that's very personal and close to you, and wanting to feed community. It just blows up from there.
The restaurant business is not easy.
Yes.
In a sense that even if you had the experience, you're still gonna encounter sets of problems and issues always that are unexpected.
Yeah.
And the first couple of years were really rough. I mean, we weren't making any money the first couple of years.
All those years ago, could you imagine what Mazza has become?
I really didn't have any grandiose schemes or dreams or anything. I just wanted it to be a place where people are happy to come in and enjoy a good meal and come back and be supportive of the place.
Tell us a little bit about the history of Mazza. So we opened the 15th and 15th location and then expanded to 9th and 9th.
But yeah, in 2006, the location on 9th and 9th became available.
Okay.
And I always liked 9th and 9th as a neighborhood.
Yeah.
We opened in March of 2006, almost to the day 6 years after we opened this place here.
Yeah.
And we were there up until COVID hit.
COVID sort of decimated things.
Yeah, it did. And we had just actually opened 6 months before COVID hit. We just opened a huge place down in Sandy.
Yeah.
And that one was really what almost broke our back. So I was forced to basically shut it down and get out of there. And so I came back here, and that was, 2021, I think, when I reopened. It's easier on me, and it allows me to control the quality better and to see what's going on and to see every person that walks through the door.
It's so indicative of who you are and sort of the pillar that you are in the community. I can't imagine a Utah restaurant community without Mazza and without Ali and without all of your amazing contributions. And as you said, the heart and soul is this beautiful 15th and 15th location.
Right.
And even the remnants of some of those other locations exist here, which is really, really beautiful. So you have some beautiful showpieces, and you've done a really incredible job incorporating that beautiful fine dine experience into this space.
We are one of many other great institutions here in Utah, and I'm happy to be contributing my small part in this. And Salt Lake especially is that it always flew under the radar when it comes to the food varieties and the people who actually really were in the business. We have so many amazing people who have and who are still contributing to the food scene and to the culinary experience.
Will you give us a lay of the land? Tell us what you've placed in front of us.
I prepared a simple lunch.
Okay.
This is a fattoush salad. There's a mixture of greens, romaine lettuce and other greens, and tomatoes, cucumber, and we put some sumac in it. And then we actually use a simple dressing made with pomegranate molasses and olive oil.
And then
those little toasty things, they're called arayis.
Okay.
And if you take ground beef in this case and mix it with aromatics and seasonings and spices, and then we toast it. And then you cut it up and serve it, and it's brushed with olive oil. So, yeah, these are pickles that we actually pickle ourselves here.
Okay.
The yogurt we make, obviously in-house.
Yeah.
We have muhammara, which is the walnuts and pomegranate molasses and roasted red peppers. Our hummus, we're proud of it. It's one of those perennial kind of favorites. And then we have the
This is the cauliflower you're
roasted
mentioning.
cauliflower.
Thank you.
Thanks, Maria.
Oh my goodness, how beautiful.
And it's got some tahini. Now, we season ours with a mixture of Egyptian dukka spices and olive oil, obviously, and then we roast them in the oven.
Can I ask you, for you, what makes this food so special? What makes this the cultural experience of sitting down, sharing plates, and experiencing Lebanese food together?
You know, the cuisine of the Middle East is very rich. And every dish is, even the simplest one, has complexity in it and depth that actually is the result of all those hundreds and thousands of years of experimenting and developing. That's why I always sought to expand my menu to a point where you have a broad sort of overview and choices of the cuisine of the Levant. It encompasses Lebanon and Syria and Jordan, and Israel, and Palestine. That whole area has a very common culinary experience.
We're back at Mazza Middle Eastern Cuisine in the pristine neighborhood of 15th and 15th in Salt Lake City, enjoying the hospitality of owner Ali Sabah, along with indulging in the layers of flavors found in pretty much everything on their menu. Have I mentioned the French fries?
Some of my favorite things about the cooking at Mazza and my experiences over the years is being introduced to Middle Eastern hospitality and the spices. I feel like spices are the center of the plate. These layered, beautiful flavors, even toasted spices, and truly caring for developing flavor.
And that's always been the essence of what we try to do. Whatever we prepare, we like to sort of layer it so you would get a very complex dish, but a dish where everything works together.
We have to talk about the wines, just because it's a very unique experience, and Lebanese wine is
Lebanese wine has been around for a long time,
and
actually.
underrated, I would say. Doesn't
Very
get
much so.
enough play.
I actually had the privilege of going into a luncheon where one of the Oshar brothers, who are the owners and the sons of the founders of Chateau Moussar, Lebanon's premier winery, just a couple of weeks ago, and we got to taste some amazing wine from that winery, which is one of my favorites. They don't pursue a flavor profile year after year after year. They just basically get whatever they get, whatever the land gives them, as far as the different varietals of wine, the stuff that's grown abundantly, the stuff that didn't do well that year, the things that are a little overripe, and they take them and they press them, and they basically put them in age them, and they know in the end, ultimately, if they do it right, they will get a great wine that tells the story of that particular year. And so when you drink a 2008, whatever, you will know it's a 2008. It's very different than a 2007. It's just great and amazing and complex, but it's different.
I love it.
That to me is the essence of how Lebanon is. It's a country that makes do with whatever little comes its way.
It's what good food and good beverage does, is it tells a story, but it also shares a story, because you're engaging in that storytelling through all five senses in a way that is truly unique and special. And we celebrate everything that you have offered us throughout the years. Last time that we sat down, your head chef was Janan.
It was on 9th and 9th, She was there, and she still comes and does our pastries.
Okay.
And Janan is truly a gift, not only to Mazza, but to the whole community. And she now focuses on helping her son, Omar, who has this beautiful restaurant up by Wasatch. I don't know if you've ever been
Rawtopia.
to Omar's Rawtopia.
Yeah.
Great place. I always recommend it to anyone that really, even those who don't eat strictly vegetarian or vegan food. They're an amazing restaurant. And Jinan is one of the most generous and giving and talented women that I've ever come across. And I've always loved working with her because we think alike. Our approach to food and our philosophy is very similar in that we don't just follow the rule of how things have been done for hundreds of years. We question every flavor, how it works. We add our own touch to it, and we were still the best of friends. And she was with me when I went to Chicago for the
James Beard
thing. Yeah.
Which is also a really big deal, and we just have to mention that James Beard nominated restaurant, which is absolutely incredible.
I always hope for the next generation of chefs from Salt Lake to carry that and to take us for the next round of the James Beard, so they can win.
You may not have won, but we have won by having you as a part of our community. Absolutely. I have to say that, you're talking about Janan and talking about Omar's Rawtopia and Mazza, and I think one of the biggest synergies that you share is, yes, the flavors and reinventing things, but I also think the alchemy of turning food into experience and also allowing ingredients to be medicine. So food to nurture and nourish the body and truly inspire the soul. So not only are you inspiring us to indulge in a type of cuisine that truly elevates our food experience, but you're also inspiring us and the next generation of chefs to great levels.
The formula for a good, successful restaurant is, in essence, simple. You know, you have to like what you do, you have to like the people you work with, and you have to like the people who walk through the door, and you have to be honest with them and with yourself as to how you want the end result to be. And I always feel very grateful for a community that has welcomed me in with open arms. And I couldn't think of any better place to be than in Salt Lake. I'm always happy to come to work, you know, and I have, you know, honestly speaking, I have an amazing crew. I have a guy in the back who came to me a month after I opened in 2000, and he's still here.
It's amazing.
He still comes in. He still prepares the same dishes that he actually prepares. He runs the line. You know, and most of my employees have been with me for years, and I consider them like family.
You do it right, you do it well, and you do it with love, and there's no better way, I think no better recipe towards success. So just cheers to you, cheers to
you.
You know, maybe 25, 30 more years, however long you want.
Fucking last.
And the only thing I'm missing, Ollie, is like, I gotta get some French fries. Like,
yes, let me go do that now.
We're revisiting Omar's Rawtopia up in Olympus Cove to experience food that feeds the body, mind, heart, and soul with one of Utah's most beloved culinary alchemists, Chef Jinan.
Janana, it's been several seasons since we've been in a kitchen together,
Yeah,
but we were in Mazza,
I remember, yeah.
our first season.
Yes.
Now we're 10 seasons in,
Yeah.
and it's so fun to be back here with you.
Oh yes.
What are you gonna make for us?
So I'm making egusi.
What is a goosey?
Egusi? It's West African dish,
Okay.
and I'm making it in a healthy version. It's sprouted seeds,
Okay.
pumpkin seeds, sprouted sunflower seeds.
Okay.
And then this is ginger
Wow.
and bell peppers.
This is ginger
Yeah.
that you're peeling
Yes.
in-house.
Yes.
Which is
Well,
absolutely...
it's from scratch.
Yeah.
We peel it and I grind it. I blend it in the
It's
blender.
extraordinary. Now,
Yes.
when we talk about sprouting something, it's a
Yeah.
process. How long does it take to sprout all this stuff?
You know, to sprout it will take like first you soak, then you sprout it will take like 2 days.
2 days just to
Yeah.
sprout the
Just
ingredients
sprout, yes.
that you're gonna
Yes.
put in this dish.
Yes.
That's incredible. Okay, awesome. Let's you're gonna blend these up.
Yep.
Let's
you
do
want
it.
me to start?
Please.
Okay. So we'll add this on top of the. But
Okay, so we're saving it for later because you have a stew pot that's already stewing stuff.
Yeah. And this is the heirloom tomatoes.
Heirloom tomatoes.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's really good. Okay, so should we walk these over
Okay.
to?
Yeah. Now I have to take the salt and then the spices.
You got the salt and the spices. I'm bringing over the blend.
Okay.
Not all around.
Yeah, we'll mix that. This one.
And that was the
That's
ginger and the bell
and
pepper.
the bell peppers.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the heirloom tomatoes.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I love that it's all blended as well.
And this is the pumpkin.
The pumpkin seed
Yeah.
sprouted.
Yep.
A little bit of water.
Yeah. The collard green.
Beautiful.
Yes, and then we'll add spinach with it.
Okay, so this is
Yeah.
just chopped kale and
This,
collard greens.
yeah, the chopped kale and the collard
Okay.
green.
you're hand washing it, you're hand cutting it.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. Everything from scratch.
Everything from scratch. It's so phenomenal.
I love this dish. This is the egusi. Those are the plantains.
Okay.
Baked plantains.
Baked plantains.
Yes.
Okay.
And the forbidden rice.
Forbidden rice.
And a sweet basil salad.
Sweet basil salad. And
Yeah.
so how would you recommend that I eat this?
You know, you can eat it
Like dip a
together.
little? Okay, yeah, okay.
Dip this with the rice and the plantains.
I'm a dipper and I like to use both hands.
Okay,
I like
you
to
can
use
do
my
whatever
fingers.
you like.
And you can see the spinach, all of the collard greens,
Yes,
everything has cooked
everything
down.
there with the sauce,
I'm
with
like
everything.
Salivating.
Yeah.
I can't hardly even stand
It's
it.
spicy. It's
Okay.
supposed to be spicy.
I love spice.
Yeah. How is it?
It's unlike anything I've ever tasted. It's so clean. I mean, Janan, Rawtopia is an oasis for food lovers, for people
Yeah.
who really, really appreciate texture, flavor, subtle nuance,
Clean food.
and really delicious
Delicious,
food.
yeah.
You don't have to work too hard to make it good because you have done all of the work.
Yeah.
And I think the secret ingredient, the master ingredient, is love.
Our main ingredient.
It all starts with love. I'm just so grateful for you. Thank
You're
you so
welcome.
much. This has been beyond a nourishing experience.
And thank you very much
Yeah.
for coming and doing this whole thing.
Oh,
we appreciate
Thank
that.
you. Thank you again.
Thank
Just
you
love
very
you.
much.
Yeah,
Thank
absolutely.
you.
And I should probably finish this, huh? No,
Oh.
you should probably have some too.
Oh yes, it's so good. I love this stuff.
Yeah, I love it. Thank you again.
You're welcome.